What's good, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for another episode of Pro and Bro Wrestling Podcast. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Arnold Telega Arda.
And I'm Mr. No Days Off, Fred Rosser. And look what I'm wearing, baby.
The natural Dustin Rhodes.
Last week's episode was epic for me because I'm sure people get giddy when I retweet their stuff. But when Goldie
Oh my God.
I
saw that.
When he retweets something that we did, it means a lot to me because it means that I'm not forgotten.
Yeah.
Don't count me out, Arnold.
Never, man.
So this isn't just any old hoodie, man.
I love the material too, man.
Oh, it's so light.
So soft.
But this is from Goldie.
That's amazing. That's so special.
Last week I wore the Dream 3/4 from Headquarters Clothing. That's his favorite.
Yep.
He's always rocking it. He's put over the Block the Hate movement. And I backstage would always follow him around. I would follow him around. Just imagine, man. You're a fan.
Oh, man.
I mean, Jesus. You got in that tote, how many that you just gathered from home?
I visited my mom for Mother's Day, and I had to bring it over, all my action figures that she kept for me. I have a tub of action figures, all WWE, from Bone Crunching to Jack Specific to all, man, my childhood in that Tupperware box.
And you just put some, what the hell?
Yeah. So I started rearranging my action figure collection. So I have Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Diesel, and Stone Cold behind me.
And why those four?
Because they represent a time when I first started watching wrestling. 1996.
Man. You got your canned answers, man. Is that coming from the heart?
From the heart. 1996, Shawn Michaels, the new generation era. That's when I first got really into it.
Well, you're a fan. I'm a fan. I would follow Goldie backstage.
Yes.
That's where I'm getting. I'm a fan. I'm giddy just wearing this. So he got this for me personally. So I wear it to the gym. If I were to lose this, it would be the end.
It'll be the end of your world as we know it.
It would be the end. But you know what Goldie likes to collect?
This is interesting. No.
He likes to collect the lava lavas.
Really?
The eel lava lavas.
Yeah.
They're called eel lava lavas.
Does he get them from the Usos or something?
Well, I know from Serona Tamina, he actually took hers.
He stole it?
Yeah, like right in front of her. And she's like, Goldie, what are you doing? He's like, no, that's what I do. I've got Yoko's.
Oh my gosh.
I think he's got Umaga. He's probably got Kishi's. He's got all the Samoa. No, it's mine.
He's like, sorry, veteran rights.
And it's so convenient, because I travel with it. If we go from the airport to the arena, we don't pack a towel,
Sure.
Unless we get to the hotel and then go to the arena. So sometimes it's airport to the arena, no towel, but you have your eel lava lava that you can wrap up and dry off in. So
Jeez, man.
Goldie likes to collect those. Like I said, I was going to be rocking this. He loves to dream big.
Yes.
This week is this.
Yes. And this isn't a Goldust episode, but I just want to quickly touch on this. Goldust he still is like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I told Fred this already, but after Shawn Michaels left, not including Billy Gunn, I wanted to be like Goldust because I thought his outfit was so cool. He gets to paint his face every day, and it's just such a cool look. I wanted to be him, man. And for me now, as a 32-year-old man, seeing my idol liking like a picture that we posted or something, it's just like so surreal to me. But anyway, speaking of Goldust, let's touch on AEW. Did you hear?
Hear what? I've heard.
All right. They officially signed a television deal with none other than TNT. Back into the WCW days. Goldust actually posted a picture on Instagram today saying something like, "Oh, it's been a while, TNT," or something like that. And it's a picture of the natural Dustin Rhodes.
The stuff that Chris Jericho is doing is fucking phenomenal.
Dude, WWE is shook. They are quaking right now.
No, I don't think so.
I bet a little bit. A little bit.
That Fox deal is big. The Saudi deal is big. But like I said, they're not competing. But I'm just saying Chris Jericho is... he is just killing it. He is just killing it. The only reason why you had that deal is because of Chris Jericho. He's just killing it, man. Yeah. It's believable.
Listen, it might not be a competition on AEW's mentality, But I think it sure is a big competition on WWE side. I feel like WWE sees them as a threat because
they see them as a threat because there's probably a lot of underdogs that are saying, "Oh man, I'm not being used.
Absolutely,
I want to be used," and all that other stuff. So,
but also WWE's rating is the lowest that it's ever been right now.
See, everyone goes to the ratings. They've got a great deal in Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great deal with the Fox deal. So, not saying that I agree with the Saudi deal. You know me, but it's a business, and either you adapt or you perish.
Do you remember back in the day when Vince McMahon did an off-the-record interview? Off-the-record was the first interview that portrayed wrestlers outside of the character. It was the first few interviews that I've ever seen, and it was an interview with Vince McMahon, and I forgot the name of the host, but he's so savage. Like he interviewed Vince, like, so Vince, WCW's rating is this, WWE's rating is this. What's the problem? He started off the interview like that. What's the problem? And I thought Vince handled it really well. He's like, we have no problem. And what people fail, just like you said, what people fail to realize, it's not all about ratings. And that's what Ted Turner has, like, what he has, his mentality is all wrong. So, yes, I know it's not all about the ratings, and especially you have to take account to social media. People are watching YouTube now, but I have to imagine, I bet it kind of hurts their ego a little bit that it's the lowest it's ever been.
Well, and again, that's that media training. You
Here
can't. You can't.
Politically correct answer is coming right up.
Well, yeah, that media training. You can't hit Vince with the hard question. You can't hit those top guys with the hard questions. You can't hit me with the hard question.
You're ready.
Because I was taught. I'm ready. I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. So I've got my answers, and I know. In any interview, it's always going to be about me. Now, I don't want to give away my secrets now, but like I said, media training, very important.
I find it really interesting that a lot of people aren't happy with the product right now. I'm personally really happy with it, but I just can't imagine why people are still complaining when I feel like the top guys are the guys that they want on top right now. Seth Rollins is the Universal Champion. Everyone wanted that. Kofi Kingston, the WWE Champion. Everyone wanted that. Becky Lynch, top dog. Everyone wanted that. So I just don't see why they're so unhappy. Like, they're just gonna keep complaining, Like, I don't know, man. Why do you think they're so passionate about like how the product's gone so bad?
I've seen it. I've been a part of it. Like I said, I don't see it being an issue backstage. Like, people are worrying and stuff like that. Okay. People are working.
Yeah.
The arenas might be light, but WWE is still making moves. So
yeah,
like I said, I keep saying the deals that they have. Those deals are sustaining the company.
That's true, man. That's true. And you touch on the Saudi Arabia
events. They have a 10-year deal, $450 million.
Jeez. Is it 10-year? Something like that. Long term, right?
Long term.
Man.
Something like that.
Speaking of the Saudi Arabia deal, I think they're calling it the Super Showdown, that event. And I don't know if you heard, but it's almost confirmed that the main event is Goldberg
against Kofi?
No, versus The Undertaker.
Okay, at first I thought it was Kofi, but now I've been hearing, The Undertaker.
I did hear that too before. You're right,
you hear
about
that?
Kofi. Yeah,
that Goldberg was just going to run right through him. Run right through him, win the title, and then set up him and Brock for Fox.
I heard that too. But as of today, I've been seeing a lot of buzz of Taker and Goldberg.
And I've seen Goldberg's tweets and everything. They've been, or Instagram messages. He's training again, and he's getting ready for that big match. But he gets in his head a lot.
I was gonna say that. I just feel so sorry that Goldberg has this upcoming event now, because I saw the WWE 24 of how he's like mentally prepping for his angle with Brock. And man, I want to say for the first 80% of the process, like, he was not having fun. He was so stressed out
because he wants to, and he's not the only one. A lot of people are like that.
Right.
Excuse me.
But I just felt like he was
A lot of
the
people
most
like that.
vocal about it, and
Yeah.
you could see it in his face. And
That's
every
why
time,
that's why they captured it,
Yeah.
because they know like he's like he could go crazy, snap any minute,
yeah,
not in a bad way, but just like he's very unsure of himself. There are a lot of guys like that,
sure,
I remember Randy and I having a conversation, Randy Orton, years ago, and him saying like, having that edge and having that walk and everything, taking his time, that's why he, loves the cannabis.
yeah.
I mean,
Who doesn't?
It is what it is,
Yeah.
It helps slow him down. It helps him like breathe better. So
Yeah.
it helps give him that confidence, So you got to do what you got to do to wow the crowd.
And speaking
It
of,
is what it is, baby. You remember since day one, my favorite 5-letter
it is what it is.
statement.
Speaking of cannabis, let's touch a little bit on CBD. We both just found out that Jinder Mahal released his own CBD company, which is really cool. I think it's really, I like the fact that we're moving forward and people are, more accepting to this whole like CBD THC movement. Not seeing it as like, you know how it is back in the early 2000s, like there'll be petitions outside of Walmart, people holding signs like legalize marijuana, and everyone everyone automatically just assumes, oh, potheads. But now it's becoming like socially acceptable, especially with like athletes saying like, listen, my body's gone through so much pain. This is coming from a plant. I need this. It's my human right, to have this. It's growing from a plant.
And it's funny, I say with my social media that my social media is an open diary to the world. So anything I ever post always comes from the heart with the intent to inspire, motivate, and educate our youth or anyone that gets bullied into silence. So I'm going to speak about CBD because it helps me out. So if a 14-year-old kid or 15-year-old kid somehow follows my social media, he's got to understand that mommy and daddy or older brother and older sister are taking this and they are of age.
Yes.
And they're doing this because they don't want to suffer and they don't want to be hooked on the bad stuff.
Right.
So kids underage that shouldn't have social media, they see it, they know that this information coming from me will help, help adults. So that's the way I look at it. I'm not going to be promoting CBD in a bad way. I'm going to be promoting it in a way where it's benefited me. It's benefited me when I've had concussions.
Yeah.
A lot of us go through concussions. I've firsthand experience. It comes with the territory. Now that I'm not with WWE, I'm not complaining about the lifestyle. We are a traveling circus.
Yeah.
Injuries come with the territory. So, like, having concussions and not saying anything, because if you say something, you get 2 weeks off like that, no competing, because for preventive causes, which is what we need.
Yeah.
But there's some guys that don't want to be off the road, if you're off the road, you lose your spot, so you don't say anything. So there have been times when I've gotten rocked where it's helped me get through long car rides because, of course, I do all the driving. I'm like driving Miss Daisy.
It's Titus, Miss Daisy.
Yeah, hey, Titus, you hungry, big man? Just let me know when you want to stop.
He's not even sitting shotgun. He's behind you.
No.
I'm kidding, I know.
But I like to do all the driving. So, there's been times where I was like, man, I don't know if I can drive because the symptoms, you're nauseous, you're just like foggy.
Yeah.
So you are able to ingest the medicine and just go on, and I was able to get to the next city, so it helps,
Yeah.
But I don't condone it for kids under 18 at all.
I remember, for sure. I remember you told me this a long time ago, but I forgot. But then I heard RVD saying the exact same thing, that a lot of his wrestling co-workers would go up to him like, listen, man, like, I think I'm brain damaged. Like, I don't know what day is what. I don't know what from left to right. Are you experiencing the same thing? And he's like, no, I honestly think like the THC like protected my brain after all these years, which is exactly what you've been preaching. But that's the first time that it went through my head, like, oh man, like yeah, like RVD's been doing this for a really long time, and he's not as damaged as the other guys. There has to be something there, man.
Gosh, I love RVD. The one proven fact about the medicine is that it helps repair damaged tissue from collision or damaged tissue from blows to the head. So I believe there are benefits.
Yeah.
But I love RVD. Man, I love him. I remember when he was with the company. I think an interview recently I seen him in, the interviewer was like, has there ever been a time when you were not high? And then he was like, wait, hold on, let me think about that. In my career,
oh man,
I would say maybe 98% of the time, however he got into it, 90% of the time in WWE he was high.
Yeah.
So I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But he's just a great guy and funny. Always had my back. I remember when I came out and he was with the company. He was just so cool to me during whatever WrestleMania he was with the company. He was just so nice to me. Always had my back. Always had conversation with me. Really a stand-up guy. I love him.
I wish WWE let him have a little more full range with his promos because, I watch his interviews and he's such an entertaining guy on the mic. And it just sucks that WWE scripts him to say, whatever. Cool, dude. Literally that's all he says.
Hey, does he have any issues with Triple H or no?
I don't know. Not that I know of.
I think he's done some interviews. I'm not sure. But... yeah, I think some of that stuff might have been scripted by Hunter.
He buried Shawn Michaels, though.
Oh, he buried Shawn Michaels.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember seeing that interview.
You remember when he even mimicked them and he crossed his eyes? Yes. So he said in a shoot interview that Shawn gives him backhanded compliments,
"Oh yes,
wow, Rob, that was entertaining. That was so fun."
Stop.
So Rob's like, well, thanks, Shawn. What a way to slap me in my face, you know?
Those backhanded compliments, man.
But I love Shawn to death. Obviously, action figures, my number one wrestler of all time. But man, his imitation of Shawn was just so spot on.
You gotta love those backhanded compliments. When I go to the Midwest to do signings and stuff like that, I like to do them standing. I like to engage with my fans.
Yeah.
But in the Mid-South, I've heard fans say, "Oh, he ain't so bad after all." What the hell?
That sounded like honky tonk, man.
Oh, don't talk about my honky. That was the first OG I wrestled. I wrestled a lot of OGs.
That's
honky,
crazy, man.
Sal Sincere. You remember Sal Sincere?
No. Mm-mm.
You don't. Oh my god.
If I see his picture, maybe.
Oh, okay. Sal Sincere. He was like Salvatore Sincere in the WWF.
Really? No.
Yeah.
That name is so fresh to me.
But Tito Santana.
Oh yeah, I know Tito.
I wrestled those OGs. Honky, don't talk about my honky.
Man, Tito Santana is the guy that kind of inspired Shawn Michaels to be family man.
Oh wow!
So he saw back early in his career, Shawn would be in the locker room, and Tito would just be so he'd have his wife and his kids in the locker room, and Shawn would just look at that man, that's cool. You know what I mean? He just admired that so much.
Wow.
I felt like I had to redeem myself because I didn't know the wrestler you just mentioned, so I had to say another interesting fact to bring me back up.
No, but Sal Sincere, he wrestles now as the Patriot. You remember?
Wait.
But that's not Del Wilkes.
Okay.
The WWF,
All
Del
right.
Wilkes was a different Patriot.
Okay.
So I think Sal Sincere took the rights of the Patriot to use on the Independents.
Wow.
So Sal Sincere,
The Patriot was such a random... Well, I guess at that time, WWE really needed that gimmick, obviously, with the whole USA versus Canada. But I remember just as a kid, whoa, where did this guy come from? He already has a top spot. Wrestling Brett out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Patriot.
Me too.
I was a huge fan. Yeah, he had some classics with the Brett.
And every time they're in Canada, This is one of the this will never happen again, but this is the only time when you can be a heel in Canada but a babyface in the US. Like the 1998 era was just USA versus Canada, like fans versus fans.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
And I forgot, I think there's like a term that JR and later on JBL always uses, like whenever the fans don't react the way WWE wants them to react to, they're always like, oh, we're in La La Land or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is we're in La La Land. They're booing the Patriots. Like, come on, just accept it. Yeah. Well, this episode we want to talk about, relationships in the WWE. But before we get to that, we already did this already for the last 20 minutes. But yes, relationships. It's gonna be more therapy for you. Right. But I kind of want to touch on other things that's going on with WWE. Like for instance, my favorite, the Bray Wyatt gimmick.
Oh gosh,
I love it so much.
They want him to terrorize.
I hope so.
Oh goodness.
I hope he's okay. First of all, this whole gimmick that he has is so smart. It's so smart. Mm-hmm. Bray Wyatt is just so talented. I feel like they could give him crap and they'll turn it into gold. Like he's everything, even Husky Harris. Like, they gave him Husky Harris and he still, he worked with it.
Yes.
But I personally enjoyed the Bray Wyatt character right when it first started in NXT and it got back to got brought to the main roster. I think he excelled in it, but I think WWE dropped the ball on him. Like, it wasn't his fault. He had such a good momentum going up, and the downfall started when he lost to John Cena at WrestleMania. To me, that didn't need to happen. What did that victory do in John Cena's career? That victory is gonna mean so much more to Bray Wyatt, Sure. And he just kept losing and losing and losing to the point where his promos don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
He can have all these promises about, taking over the world, but his actions don't prove it. And that's when fans started to lose faith in him. But this new gimmick, man, it's so eerie, it's so perfect. It has this cult vibe to it. Yeah. I just love, I grew up in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood and Blue's Clues. I love Blue's Clues as a kid, man. But
I wonder if that's what inspired him, huh?
I think so. Yeah. Absolutely. Like those kid shows.
Sure.
And he's the host, Yowie, Wowie. And he does such a great job at it. And
I tell you, one thing about Bray that I love is when I came back from a little over 5 years ago, when I came back from my ACL, MCL surgery, man, he hugged me where he knocked over the chairs and he was on top of me, Wow. He was so happy to see me.
Wow, so cool.
And that's just all love,
Yeah.
And we were grinding in FCW in Tampa. We were doing that. We were doing that Spice. Have you ever heard of Spice?
Spice?
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that fake weed stuff.
I think you told me about it before.
Yeah, we were getting down and dirty, man. It's just
good old OVW days.
Yeah, well, not OVW, FCW.
Oh, FCW, my bad. FCW,
Florida Championship Wrestling. But we just had some great times. That's
cool.
That's as far as I'm gonna go with that.
All right,
but he's
keeping it PG.
He's a great guy to be in the ring with. He's believable, and I'm very happy to see the moves that he's making. He's making moves, baby, making moves.
He looks phenomenal. I feel like he got in his body looks built now. He's got some muscles. And
when it comes to that, when he gets focused, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to cut weight because he's got that amateur wrestling background, so he knows how to cut weight. Him and his brother Taylor, and I don't know what's going on with Taylor, but don't be surprised if you see him. I see him pop up on the scene. You know what I mean?
He's so talented, man. Former NXT champion.
Yeah. Two brothers, doing some creepy things. Never say never because they're not. I don't think they're doing anything with Taylor, are they?
No, still part of the B team. I think they're on SmackDown now.
Okay.
Doing nothing really.
Okay. Oh, but Bray's on Raw.
Yeah.
It's a little tough. I would have loved to have seen that, because I know years ago Taylor wanted to probably do something with Bray.
Yeah, I'm sure, especially during the whole Wyatt family era, right? He would have fit right in.
Yeah. but I'm just loving the things that Bray's doing.
Yes, he had four segments on Raw where he's talking to all his animal friends. But last night was it last night? 2 nights ago on Raw was kind of like the big reveal. Did you watch that?
No.
Oh my gosh, I have to show you later. But oh man, so Bray Wyatt came in and as the fun host, and he's saying like, "Hey, listen, kids."
Did he have a mask or something? Is that when he?
Yeah, but he kind of led up to it, like, I have a secret. Like now I can control my my evil thoughts, and then he showed himself, like he showed like the true evil side of him that he's been holding in, and it is the most scariest look I have ever seen. We're not talking about 1997 Kane mask. We're not talking about Mankind leather mask. I'm talking about Hollywood production of a monster. Like he looks. Remember the band Slipknot, like in the 1990 early 2000s. I'm not into like rock at all, but they look like gruesome. Imagine the Joker. But our modern Joker, but more vicious. Yeah. He kind of looked.
No, I've seen pictures.
Yeah, so he's a mixture of. The best way I can explain this to you, since you haven't seen it, is a mixture of Beetlejuice, Joker, and Slipknot all combined. I had to show you later.
I know the 2 of the 3, but it sounds pretty wicked, huh?
It's amazing. I love it, and he pulled it off. Oh my! I have to show you, but I'm so excited for you to see it.
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear us talking about it. He will,
He's amazing, man. So I hope that I don't know how they're gonna bring him to Raw. I don't know if it's gonna be a Finn Balor thing where like he wrestles as the host Bray, and on certain events he'll be the monster. Who knows? But I'm here for it, man. I'm excited for it.
I am too.
Also, Braun Strowman. I feel like there's been a lot of rumors that he's had a lot of heat ever since WrestleMania.
What?
Yeah.
Not my Braun.
Your Braun, man.
No way.
Your
what
Braun.
the hell's going on?
So WrestleMania 35, during the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, Luke Harper had Ali in a suplex outside of the ring.
I remember.
Yes. Braun forgot his spot, and there's this like maybe 30 seconds of Luke Harper just holding up Ali like this, like, "Come on, Braun, come on, turn around." So when Braun finally turns around, he does a stiff kick to Luke, to the point where he fell so hard that Luke had to protect Ali because he didn't want him to just fall out of control. But by doing that, he hurt his back.
Ooh.
And Ali also almost lost an eye, right?
Yeah,
because he landed on the...
Yeah,
so...
I remember.
These are obviously not facts. These are all just rumors through the grapevine. But I heard that that's one of the reasons... Like, there's a lot of backstage heat on Braun, and that might be the reason why he got replaced for the Money in the Bank ladder match with Sami Zayn. But also, another rumor is that the reason why they did that was not because of the heat, but because of storyline. They want to continue the Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre storyline with Braun, which I don't think a lot of people are excited about because they've seen it a gazillion times. But I don't know, man. I believe the whole Luke Harper story more.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm not back there.
No, I know.
I don't know.
You're watching it with me, man.
I don't know what to say. It's because some stuff you hear. That's why, honestly, when I was with WWE, I literally never looked at the dirt sheets.
Oh, okay.
I never looked at it.
So you made a conscious effort to stay away from it.
Because I was busy doing other things.
Yeah.
I just never did it because you understand what the grind is in your industry.
Yeah.
With mine, when you're on the road 300 days a year, there's just no time to look at the dirt sheets. But there are people that do.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I just spend time in the gym and on my social media and traveling.
The way it should be, right? Focusing on yourself.
Wait, I gotta cut you off. What kind of shirt is this?
I want to. It's either Adidas or Pharrell's Billionaire Boys Club hoodie. Hart got me this. My wife Hart for my birthday. I think it's Adidas. Let me check. Something like that. Why?
Okay, you wanna throw Hart in there?
Yeah, why not? She got it. That's the truth.
I understand, but this is a wrestling podcast.
I know. Don't tell. You had on a Tupac and Marilyn Monroe tank top. See? I can take it there too.
All right.
But I do have I should start wearing more wrestling stuff on this podcast. But I just have so much wrestling in me that I feel like I don't have to verify it.
You don't. You don't. You still the man. You still the professor in my eyes. You still the professor, bro.
Thank you, Fred.
Man, you're getting kind of.
I didn't even flex that time. Here we go. One more time. One more time. Come on.
You already tight to begin with, man. Shit.
You know. I try. Shoot.
All right, that jump rope in getting you lean and mean, huh?
You know.
Good.
So we touched on AEW earlier, but I saw a picture on I think it's Cody's Instagram, but the reason why I feel like it's gonna be a close competition with WWE.
What,
is,
Shaq?
Yeah.
What the hell is Shaq doing?
I don't know, but he was there at the event taking a group shot with Cody and Brandy.
Yeah.
That means something.
Well, Shaq was supposed to wrestle Big Show, remember?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, but I think I was hearing. Okay, so I don't know if it's
me too. I heard stuff too.
But I was hearing in person that it could have been a money issue or something.
See, from what as a fan, I heard that it was the fact that Shaq got his feelings hurt because Big Show called him fat.
What?
I swear to you, that's what I heard, and that's also what Big Show said too. Like there was some issue with that, like especially at that time WWE was doing the whole anti-bullying campaign, and Big Show on Twitter calling Shaq fat was going against what WWE was standing for. So I mean, money could definitely be a factor, but there was also that. So who knows, man?
Sticks and stones make bones, man. Come on. But I understand. I get it. Like, when you're closeted and you hear people use, negative gay terms, it's hurtful. You know? But now that I'm out, I don't
now
care.
You're bulletproof.
I'm bulletproof. You can't kick my ass. Mm-hmm. When I was up on that roster, I was probably one of the toughest guys.
Yeah.
Besides maybe Cesaro and maybe Titus.
Yes, or Shane McMahon, because he's technically the best in the world, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, if they brought that Brawl for All back.
Yeah. Man.
Like I said, if they brought it back, I would run through. I'd be like Bart Gunn, running through.
Wow, man, I can't believe they did that.
I wish they would do it. You see me boxing, right?
I know. Yeah. So Fred just had his first boxing lesson this past week.
Lesson. Now, I've had friends kind of teach me things, but this is my first lesson where I got down and dirty.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get me some gloves and do it as a cardio type deal.
How long was the lesson? Half an hour, 1 hour?
Probably like 1 hour. But like they gave me a lot of compliments about my wind. My wind being very good. Yeah. And like it was tough for a little bit to adjust because I'm so used to throwing
working punches.
A believable working punch. Mm-hmm. But I had to like make sure that
actually fully connects.
Yeah. So and keep your hands home. So I'm always here, and you keep your elbows tucked in just in case if you get like a shot to the ribs, you can defend it. If you keep your arms out, then you keep yourself open. So I'm learning. So when I do my cardio, my incline or my Stairmaster, I'm always shadow boxing. I'm working on my form.
Did you feel natural when you're doing it, or was it like, oh my gosh, this is like a whole new language right now?
Yeah, it's a whole new language, man, because you have to break out of that, and I have to break out of that in one lesson. So I was able to break out of it a little bit. Now I've gotten a lot better on my own. So I'm just going to treat it as a hobby. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a good workout.
2020, I can go from 220, which I am on the dot. 220, I can drop to 185 and maybe pursue a career in the UFC.
It's so amazing to me how athletes can just play around with their weight like that.
Yeah.
It's like science, you go, I need my body to look like this, so I'm gonna adjust this part so I look like that. It's so crazy.
But I gotta be honest with you, I thought about it, Bellator, UFC. I think 2020 could be a big year for me if I maybe got my wrestling back.
Yeah.
And started boxing. What do you think?
Yeah, but listen, man, Jack Swagger's out there killing it. Just won his second just won his second fight. He kind of went a little WWE on his second fight.
What?
He got in trouble because...
What, with the promo or what?
No, he didn't break the hold when the guy, like, tapped out.
Well,
he said that he didn't hear...
Oh.
But, you know, like, I think he got booed for that.
Yeah, the people were booing him, and then he went heel on them.
Yeah, sure. There's still a wrestler inside of him.
Yeah, I loved it, and you can say whatever you want, but I don't know what that decision was like.
Well,
like him not letting go.
I think he's just working on his brand. I mean, it is unprofessional. I don't know where his head was at with that, but let's say that he intended to do that. I'm sure if that's the case, he's working on his brand because... he mentioned in an interview he still wants to continue to do mixed martial arts with Bellator, but he also wants to do stuff with, you know, maybe like Impact Wrestling, Lucha Underground,
really?
AEW. He kind of want to leave that open.
Oh, he left that open? Mm-hmm. Wow. Like I said, before he had his first fight, I said, man, I'm very excited to see Swagger fighting. Mm-hmm. I'm very scared for whoever's in the ring with him because, one, he's got a long reach.
Yes.
So if he gets his boxing down... he'll be unstoppable. His wrestling is great.
Yep.
Just being in the ring with him, when you get hit by Swagger, he's coming at you. It feels like you're getting hit by a horse, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when he hits you, you get rocked. I mean, he doesn't hurt you, but you feel it, man. So, like I said, when I wrestled him last summer, for BTW. Was it? I think it was in California, BTW, Big Time Wrestling in California, and I wrestled him, and he was training. So backstage, he was doing his like sparring. I'm like, oh shit,
this is the real deal right here.
I was like, ho. All right, take care of me out there, brother.
Right?
Ho, take care of me out there.
This is a square circle, not an octagon.
Man, not this moneymaker. Millions of dollars at this table. At the compound, millions of dollars.
Edge said that he was so surprised when he would take Jack Swagger's finish. Edge didn't even need to help him. It's all Swagger picking him up for that powerbomb.
He's a horse in there, man. He's a horse. So
yeah.
I'm very happy to see him doing big things.
Yeah, we all are, man. And last thing I want to touch on is the whole Lars Sullivan controversy.
Oh, what's going on with that, man? You know, there's been a lot of people wanting to interview me about this situation, about how WWE's not catching this going on. A lot of people want to interview me, but I mean, tell me about it.
So apparently WWE is already well aware of his situation, and this was something
I've heard they fined him $100,000. How? I'm like, holy cow! How are you finding someone $100,000?
You know, that's not the first time WWE did this. You know, when was the last time someone got fined $100,000? It was on Raw. It was Chris Jericho versus Batista. And this is the time they had a steel cage match, and WWE does not want any more color. They don't want people to blade anymore. Yeah. Like, don't do it. And Batista and Jericho feel like, all right, we need this for this match. It's gonna add element to the story. So
Jericho,
we're gonna do it, right? And then afterwards, I heard like people just got pissed, and Batista got fined $100,000. Even Batista himself said like, man, like I knew like it was gonna be a big amount, but $100,000 kind of hurt. Like, oof, like really $100,000?
And Lars is just getting up on the road.
Yeah, but also what's cool about this, I think you appreciate this. Chris Jericho paid the fine Chris Jericho paid Batista's $100,000 fine.
See, Jericho knew that I'll do whatever it takes. I'll apologize afterwards.
Yeah. So with Lars Sullivan, apparently WWE is already well aware of this, and it's been like they've already resolved it. But then this whole thing came up again because someone found it, and I think Lars Sullivan had a formal statement saying he apologized, and that's who he was before, and that's not who he is now. And not only is he getting fined $100,000, but he's gonna go for some sensitive training. WWE wants him to go to some sensitive training.
Well, let me tell you, my personal experience with him.
Yeah.
I was coming back from my Tommy John surgery, my elbow surgery. So I was rehabbing at the Performance Center in Orlando, working out in the ring. So I would work out with the PC guys, and we were all in groups. I was in his group. He was a nice guy.
Oh, cool. Nice.
He was a nice guy to me. He was very gentle, very kind, and I was already out, man.
Oh, cool.
So, like, he was very nice to me, but he is strong as an ox, man. I've never seen someone that strong.
He reminds me of Sid.
Sid, yeah, and he's such a nice guy, so I took a liking to him because I'm a guy that I love working behind the scenes. I love coaching. So, see, I'm getting excited. You see the hands going? The hands going? Yeah. So I saw him. So I was like, man, this guy's got size. He's got a look, man.
Yeah.
I would love to, if I was down here, I would love to work with him and kind of just show him, don't be happy stepping it in the ring. You got to plant your feet and let them come to you and move when you can.
Yeah, I think you're a great coach, man, because I saw a video of yours a long time ago before I even met you, and it was on your YouTube channel, and it was a day in the life of type of video. Yeah. And you started the day with, you were on the Sam Roberts podcast, and that's the first podcast you ever did. Yeah. And then I think you finished the day doing some training, right? Like you were like teaching some kids at a wrestling school.
Yes, that's where I started.
Yeah,
IWF.
That's right, man.
IWF in New Jersey.
Yeah, dude. Like I was listening to some of the things I don't remember them now, but I remember some of the things that you were saying to those kids. Like, man, like this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm like a sponge when it comes to all the knowledge that has been passed on to me. So even before I had got signed, I would watch and study tapes. Why am I watching someone like Goldust? Why am I watching someone like Brad Armstrong? Why am I watching someone like Randy Orton? You know, the movements. Why am I watching someone like Kurt Angle? Right, his intensity. You know, there's a reason. Yeah. That's what my question was as a kid. Why am I watching these guys? Now I know.
Mm-hmm. Good for you, man.
So,
but yeah, let's talk about relationships in WWE.
I was trying to avoid it, man. We don't plan nothing.
No, we don't.
Because I come at you as Arnold. What are we going to talk about? And I'm like, you'd say relationships. I'm like, oh yeah, because something's going on in the wrestling world.
And honestly,
publicly,
for most of the time, we decide the day of. You know,
the day of, and I get so excited. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be exciting, and then I just start brainstorming memories, personal experiences.
Yes, man.
I was trying to avoid this, baby, but it's part of the business.
Yeah,
it's what you see on television, scripted entertainment. Some realism and all that stuff, but what happens behind the scenes and all that stuff is a different element.
And I want to talk about this because this week WWE fully announced that, confirming Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are together. There's been rumors many times in the past. There's been pictures of them spotted together in a restaurant and gyms and all that. And to me, it makes sense, right? Because they're always on the roads together. Not only that, I feel like they're into the same things. Like they always do CrossFit together.
Bro, you're just like nailing it.
Yeah.
For years, like they've been doing that CrossFit, CrossFit junkies.
I mean, imagine like being with someone who's into the two like things that you're passionate about, CrossFit and wrestling, and they're like together almost 24/7, 365. Like something's bound to happen, right?
Those that work out together stay together.
Yeah.
And I know my ex, but it has nothing to do with wrestling.
Right.
Him and I met, he was like 143 pounds.
How much?
He was 143 pounds.
Okay, I don't know why I heard you say 443. I was
Did
like,
I say that?
What? No, I'm sure you didn't, but that's what I thought I heard.
When we first met Nikki, he was like 143 pounds, and then his heaviest with me was like 180. And no fat, just muscle. Just muscle. So those that work out together stay together. Yeah. And he wasn't into working out when we first got together until he met me, and then he sees I work out. Not 3 or 4 hours. I'm in and out in the gym, and I always say health as well. So you start to take up these traits, Yeah. And those that work out together stay together. And with the man dating a man,
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Whoa, man. Whoa. All right. So
But what's surprising to me is the fact that WWE's decided to announce it on their Instagram account, and that just goes to show how much wrestling has changed, right? Yeah. Because before, obviously, the curtains were closed, no one is allowed to see what's going on backstage. But as the world is changing, how entertainment is changing, pro wrestling is changing, Now they want to keep up with the gossip, with the Kardashians. They're like, the way they're bringing this up to the light is almost kind of like a Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears thing. Like, oh, it's confirmed Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch together. Like, I don't have a problem with it at all, but it just gives me such a gossipy vibe. Like, ooh, like, like, oh, they're together. Like, oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
But I'm into it. I'm into it, man. Like, I always love to assume, like, oh, I think they're together. But I just think it's cool that WWE is moving with the time, right?
Yeah.
With all celebrity gossip and all that.
No, you know me. I'm a freak in the sheet. But one thing that turns me on is the physiques of these CrossFit people.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you like your CrossFit guys. That's right.
Very lean and like not bodybuilders, but very like
tone, definition.
Yeah. So seeing that around, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Something's bound to happen, but I'm very happy for them.
You're not subtle either, man. I see you like check out guys and it's so obvious. Like, you're literally like jaw open sometimes. We go hiking and dude passes by and you, in the middle of a conversation, you're just like, and your head just turns. I'm like, subtle, man. That's subtle.
Okay, it's not about me.
Oh, okay. A little too much. I pulled the curtain a little too far back.
I'm a grown man. You say what you want. You see, I'm not denying it. I'm just not saying anything.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But yeah, congratulations to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I think it's really cool that they're together and they're
love them both.
Yeah.
And Becky's ex, I think they're still good friends. I think Becky's ex has a child.
Oh wow, okay.
And Becky's on the road a lot, so it just wouldn't work out.
Sure.
So hopefully they're still friends. I know me and my ex are still friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're on the road 300 days a year, full time, man, those relationships spark up real quick.
Oh my gosh, yes. And quickly before I move on from Becky and Seth, I just think it's cool that Becky used to be flight stewardess.
Oh yeah.
How cool is that, right?
I always say like we all fly a lot. I'm like, man, I never get any hot flight attendants, man. And I asked some of my flight attendant friends, girls and guys, man, how come I never see you guys on my flights, man? And I see all these older women. And
really?
Nothing wrong with it, but I never see any hot like flight attendants. And then the new flight attendants, they say, oh, seniority. I'm like, what the hell? I never see. But when I do see a guy or a girl, I'm just like, wow, beautiful. And then when I was drinking, I would, if the flight takes off, and then like, I have a presence about me.
Sure.
So I like standing up and like, just
make yourself seen.
Make myself seen, and then I know the flight attendants are saying, "Ooh, girl, check him out." I know they're saying that, bro. I know they are. So then eventually, when I was drinking, I just go back there. Oh, how you ladies doing? And just stretching. I'm sorry, man.
I love it.
I'm kind of beat up my body. And then one thing leads to another, and I got some drinks in me.
There you go, man. Gotta work with what you got. You've been given that body for a reason. Don't let it go to waste, bro.
Don't hide hard work.
No.
Don't hide hard work. I was a fat ass growing up. I'd be damned if I hide this body.
Hey, look at that. Oh, can you do the Terry Crews?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, that's talent, man. Look at that.
And like when I'm in the ring, I'll do that and I'll hear the people again. I'm listening. I'm not making it obvious, like, check me out.
No,
I'm
it's
just
like a subtle. It's like, I'm just doing this.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready for the match and stuff like that. And I start pumping my chest.
Yeah.
like
The Rock.
Yeah. The one guy I was mentioning, Sal Sincere, that you don't know, you better look him up. We're going to watch him right after this because you need to redeem yourself.
Yes.
He would beat the hell out of you. So, like, Sal, he's a big guy. He gets backed up in the corner. Boom, he gets chopped, and he starts doing that. Boom, and then he starts doing that. And, like, people go crazy.
That reminds me of Sting and Flair, too. There's times where, like, Flair chops Sting, and he's like, come on, one more.
You know, I don't know if I mentioned it with you, but I remember when I wrestled Chris Candido, he came up to me. I don't know if we've mentioned it, but hey, I repeat myself. It is what it is. But Chris Candido, the OG himself, came up to me when I was a young guy and was like, hey, who's your favorite wrestler? No, he didn't. No, he started off like, have you ever seen Lex Luger and Ric Flair work? And I said, yeah. Have you seen those matches a lot? I said, yes, sir. He's all right. Well, you'll be Luger, I'll be Ric Flair. I'll see you out there.
Boom, just like that.
Wow. So he would coach me in the ring, you know, walk and talk, you know, walk and talk, you know, walk and talk. He'd back me in the corner, and then we would do all the spots. I just listen. Boom. Yeah. You know, chop those, boom, fire up, you know. He's like, and then he starts begging off, you know. Yeah, he starts begging off, and maybe I kick him in the gut, shoot him all, big backdrop. Oh, maybe clothesline over the top, you know. You see that? That's how I coach.
Yep.
Clothesline over the top. But yeah, see, you get me excited, man. But
that's what it's all about, man.
From the pop pecker to relationship.
Yes, and you were talking about, you know, sometimes relationship evolve over the road, and no better mascots than Matt Hardy, Lita, and Edge, right?
Oh, you're going way back, huh?
I have to, man. To me, this is the first time that this whole relationship, boyfriend girlfriend, became a thing for WWE when Matt and Lita had their laundry out there for everyone to see.
You know, I wasn't there to like witness it backstage. I might have been involved in some pull-aparts though. Some pull-aparts, like extra work, like there's 10 of us, you know.
Yeah.
So I think I was involved in some of those pull-aparts. So I don't know how real it was. But I guess, I mean, what have you heard? What have you heard from interviews?
I've heard a lot of Matt Hardy shoots where Matt, you know, he was
probably
injured.
Probably some believability.
Sure, yeah. But he was saying that, you know, he could start, like, Lita was on the road, he was at home, and he can just tell that there was, like, a shift. And what really made him realize that something was wrong, in the relationship was, it was Valentine's Day. And Matt, he always goes all out with presents for Lita, for Amy. And, you know, got her like a lot of gifts. And because he grew up not showing emotions, like, you know, growing up with like his dad, single dad, and his brother, he never really thought like presents were a big thing until he met Lita. And he finally learned the importance of like showing your gratitude to someone in the form of like giving gifts. So when he found out that it was important to her, he started doing it and started showing her, like, so Valentine's Day, he was showering her with love, and usually Lita does it right back. But this one Valentine's Day, Amy didn't get him anything. And she's like, oh, sorry, like, I don't know what her excuse was. And Matt's like, oh, like, something's a little off here. And, you know, there'll be days where they're just, like, not getting along, like, not, like, their vibe wasn't right. And apparently he'll just see, like, a random text from Edge saying, like, borderline inappropriate, but not enough to say like, bam, got you, you're cheating on me. But like Edge would say something like, oh, I miss, like, I don't know, something like, I miss seeing you like on the road, I love you, you know, things like that. But it can be misinterpreted, right? So Matt was just like, hey, like, what's this about? And Amy low-key confessed, like, saying, oh, like, yeah, I'm sorry, we just got really close during the road, you know, maybe like things got borderline inappropriate, but don't worry, like I'll stop all of that. And Matt's like, okay, yeah, you need to stop that. So later on, like, you know, again, they were trying to work on their relationship, and like in the middle of the night, like Matt just like got up, went to his kitchen, and he saw Amy's phone. And he says that he never really checks her phone, but this one time, he felt like, I don't know, like something urged him to like check it, because like the light was blinking. And I don't know if it was.
I mean, if it's there, I mean.
Yeah. Well, this is before iPhones, right? This is like BlackBerry or something like that. So like, I don't know if it was a bunch of voicemails or a bunch of texts, but it was basically Edge like confessing his love, like, I can't do this anymore, Amy. Like, I love you. Like, I want to be with you. And keep in mind, Edge was married at the time, right? So Matt woke up Amy like, what the hell is this? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, who was Edge married to? He wasn't married to Beth?
No. This is way before.
Okay, so
like
different. All right.
Someone I don't even the public probably doesn't know.
Okay.
So I think like Matt like like kicked her out or whatever. I forgot how that part went, but when when he told Jeff got pissed, and Jeff like called her like her and him and Amy talk, and Jeff's like, what the hell are you doing? Just like cuss him out. And I think the thing that made Jeff even more mad was Amy's response.
You mean Matt?
No, this is Jeff, and now this is Jeff and Lita.
Oh.
So Matt told Jeff that Lita cheated.
Okay.
So now Jeff's on the phone with Lita.
Okay.
And Jeff's like saying, like, what's going on? Why are you doing this? And like, so he vented out his anger. And what really made Jeff mad was after all this, after all him venting, all Amy said was like, are you done? Like, are you done? Okay, thank you, bye. And then it's just like, yeah. So that whole thing was so messy. And of course, at the end, everything worked out great for everyone. They're just not meant to be with each other
I
now.
think Amy's vibe is like that.
Yeah.
I think she's just naturally,
Well, the reason this whole thing came about was like WWE had like Bite This. Remember that? It's like Amy was there, and Matt
that would
called
piss
in.
me off, man. I'm just thinking about that now. You spill your heart out and you say, I'm done. Mm-hmm. That would piss me off. Sorry to cut you off.
No, yeah. That's why Jeff was like, what the hell, But it was on an episode by this, and Amy was the guest, and she was just kind of chilling in a beanbag chair or whatever. And I guess this is like segment where callers called in, fans called in, laughs. But it was Matt Hardy, right? Like Matt, and I'm pretty sure this is like a shoot because the way Lita was composing herself, like Matt's like, this is Matt Hardy. I just want to tell you how messed up it is that WWE fired me. I feel like you should be fired, Amy. I feel like you and Adam should have been fired because I'm the guy that got cheated on. I've done nothing wrong with the company, and like WWE choose to award you guys. And Lita was like saying like, Matt, like why are you like making him feel stupid? Like why are you cutting like a wrestling promo on me right now? Do you think I want to be with you right now? Like you just cut after you cut a wrestling promo, and Matt's like, no, well, that's fine. I don't want to be with you either. And the reason why I'm cutting a wrestling promo is because of you. And, obviously WWE turned that into gold, making it into a storyline. And imagine how awkward that has to be for both of them. All three of them having to work with each other and actually have to protect each other, after like so much like anger. If that doesn't say professionalism, I don't know what does, man.
So did they have matches?
Oh my God, yeah, they had like a series of like matches.
Yeah, they were pretty
pay-per-views.
Rough. Were they rough?
Rough, like steel cage matches, like blood, everything, street fights. And this is the time where I saw it live. I was actually on Raw when Matt wore, like his gimmick was stronger than death at the time. And everyone was behind Matt because they know behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So Matt got fired, and so WWE brought him. He really got fired, but WWE brought him back to do the storyline because might as well do something with it. Yeah. But like when he came back out of the fans out of the fan section to jump Edge, everyone was all about it because it was so real. Like it felt so real. Right? I was there. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God, man. But I know I'm bringing up like bad times, and now they all moved past it, and they're meant to be with their soulmates.
Yes.
Matt with Rebby, Adam with Beth, and they're both equally happy.
Very happy.
They're back to being good friends. They did a Table for 3 episode.
Oh, okay.
And they always praise each other.
Yeah,
so
man.
it's all good now. But
it's good to see. Yeah, it's good to see that they're, life goes on. And you get older, and
yeah.
I'm glad to see that they're friends.
Yeah. But, I'm not trying to be like negative Nancy, but imagine having that in the back of your history of your friendship, though. Mm-hmm. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's true. I remember when Amy was with Punk.
Oh, yeah. They were there for a little bit. Like, they showed up in the Hall of Fame together, right?
Yeah, it's just...
How was... What? You don't think they were a good couple? Or?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like I didn't know that they were dating until I saw the Hall of Fame. Like, oh crap, they're like right next to each other. I guess they're dating.
Again, I'm not there. I'm not between the sheets. So
yeah.
I don't know, but I just.
That made sense to me though, because I feel like they're into the same music. Again, wrestling, music, two big things that people bond over.
Yeah, but when a bitch don't argue, and she just says, "Are you done?"
Oh, you're still on that?
I'm still on that,
You
man.
feel it, huh?
I feel it,
You
man.
feel it.
I feel it because I just know how energy, man. I'm big on energy.
Yeah.
So when I'm around like Matt and Jeff Hardy, good energy.
Yeah. Like, this is coming from Amy, too. Like, she said that's how the conversation went. Like, she's like, I was saying, I just let Jeff, I took it. I just let Jeff say what he needed to say. And afterwards, I was just like, okay, is that it?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah. But, you know, sometimes relationships do work out. Like the happily married couple, Jimmy Uso and Naomi, John and Trinity, right? What does that silence mean, Fred? What does that mean?
Like, I'm not a stooge or anything, but what looks good on the outside might not always be good on the inside. But,
Okay.
you know, they're my friends.
Yeah.
And it's not my business
Sure,
to
okay.
spill the beans on them,
I respect that.
you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, people do have issues.
Sure,
People
sure.
truly have issues. But, you know, Daniel Bryan...
And Bree? Yes. Man.
So, you know, they're happily in love with
Yeah.
a baby and
Birdie?
doing well. They've got
Their baby's cute.
yeah,
Super
absolutely, absolutely. They've got their E show, right? Aren't they
right.
on the E? So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
making moves, making $1 million moves.
I think it's really interesting that Bree kind of started to see the world the way Brian sees it, because apparently before they got together, you know, she was a different, like, yeah, again, I'm getting this facts from Total Diva, so this is not, might be like super accurate, but you know, Nikki Bella said like, oh, you know, like Bree, like she was with me, man, like she loved the party, she, you know, she was me basically. And now she's very minimalistic, you know, she's a minimalist. I think that's the right term for it. And which is all great. Like, people do change, you know, it can be really genuine, but I just think it's really cool that, like, ever since she's gotten with Brian, like, they see the world the same way now, trying to, like, you know, I know he plays the role to, like, the volume all the way up, but that's who he really is. He cares about the planet, vegan and all that. And, you know,
Speaking of vegan, I'm going to a keto event in
Oh my gosh.
less than 14 days
best of luck to you.
in Orlando. What do you mean? I've had a lot of keto products that I actually enjoy the taste of it. You know?
I know. I just know that would be like hard for me to like do something like that.
Why? Do you like keto?
I mean, I tried some stuff. Like, I think I can last for like 2 days, but like, I don't know.
I'm telling you, man, they have treats and stuff like that. Like, I go for the sweet stuff.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
we
what
have
I
different
like.
taste buds.
Well, you.
Anyways, after this podcast, I want you to try. This is off topic, but I'll tell you later. But I'll just say I have Nutella macarons for you to try. I'm gonna let you only. I love you, so I'm just gonna let you try one. Like, I don't share my Nutella macarons.
Man, are you crazy? If I want it, I'm gonna have it.
I'll arm wrestle you for it.
Fucking arm wrestle. Fucking two 12-year-old
It
kids.
shows a lot. It shows how much I think of myself, huh? Saying that.
Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, damn it.
I said that with full confidence. I'll arm wrestle you for it. Anyways, but yeah, man, you're right. Bree and Brian, they make a really good couple. You know, they're cute.
Are you ever gonna ask me about my experience? I mean, because this is pro and bro wrestling. What about my experience?
You can say you can hop in at any time, man. Let's talk about your experience.
Well, you know, my short-term and long-term memory, again, is a little spotty. We go through this every episode.
Yes.
But I do remember probably in like 2006 to 2007, referee Matt Bennett, who, you know, I've talked to you about him. We trained at the same wrestling school. This is when I was closeted. So I was dating girls, messing around with girls. And it was me at the wrestling school and this other girl, Jana Johnson.
That name gives you chills till this day.
It scares me. It really
Okay.
does. But the one referee, Bennett, could definitely co-sign this story. I remember I broke up with her. We were together like literally, bro. But I can remember like we were together 2 weeks, and like she's already like in love with me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what I did. I think I ended the relationship because of I don't know what I did or something. Mm-hmm. And we were at the wrestling school. She showed up and she started flipping out at the wrestling school.
She caused a scene?
She caused a scene, at the wrestling school. And like, I don't know what I did. I don't know if I gathered my stuff quietly and, or I think I might have finished practice. I'm sorry. I think I finished practice. I was just ignoring her because she's flipping out outside. We trained in a garage. So the garage doors open. You know, guys were outside, guys were inside. I was inside the garage training. She's flipping out on the outside. She's ripping the antenna off her car. She is going berserk, you know?
Yeah.
Again, people around that are probably listening to this podcast that I can probably tag, they can probably explain the story better and funnier. But she is just flipping out. I'm keeping my composure. Eventually class is over. I get in my car. I'm not saying anything to her because I don't want to cause a scene.
Sure.
And she's blocking me, and she's hitting my car with the antenna, and I'm able to maneuver, and I take off, and she starts following me. And eventually I lose her. I'm like, oh my God, this bitch is crazy, man.
Wow.
So fast forward to now, to this day, I say, thank God I'm gay, man, because girls are crazy sometimes. Girls are crazy.
Would you say it's easier?
But again, I was young too.
Sure.
I was young. Like, I'm a one-man kind of guy.
You know, you dated both women and men. Do you feel like your experiences with men are they more chill to deal with? Like, or are they really?
Way chill.
No, not as much mind games.
Yeah, no mind games. Like, I'm a person where I'll leave my phone and I'll go to the bathroom. I'm not worrying about like when I'm in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not gonna go through your phone. I don't expect you to go through my phone. But when I'm in a committed I'm in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
When I was with my ex Nikki, I always have to go back to him.
Yeah.
I never even once, when I'm traveling on the road 300 days a year, I never once think about another guy or seeing another guy. Cheating. Or the way you say that I look when we go hiking at guys.
Yeah.
Never. Never. If I was with Nikki now, I would probably never met you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're walking your dog, I would have just kept walking. I would have not said anything to you.
No, we still would have happened because you wouldn't say anything, but I'd be like, Darren Young?
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe, we're neighbors. I can't believe it. And you take the picture and you say, I make sure I won't get your address. And I was like, damn it,
I'm careful, man. I'm careful.
Like I said, I was committed.
Yeah.
You know? I had to bring Nikki on the road with me because I know that he had bitches in his ear saying, "Oh, girl, he's on the road. He's messing around. He's living that rock star lifestyle." And
I hate people like that.
Let me tell you. They mess around. I can't spill the beans. It's none of my business, but it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
We know with my friend Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's right.
I've seen it.
Now he's expecting a kid. Good for him.
Yeah, happy for him. That's my bro. But
it happens.
It's out there.
Corey Graves.
I mean, with Bray, like, I was like saying to myself, man, please be careful because.
Oh, okay. So you already you saw it with your own eyes.
I saw it on the tour bus.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I love him to death. I love JoJo.
Right.
But it happens, man. So I know with Nikki.
Yeah.
So sorry to cut you off because I'm rolling here.
Yeah.
I brought Nikki on the road with me because he's got friends in his ear saying, girl, he's messing around. So there'll be times when I don't maybe respond to a text or something right away.
Sure.
And then I'm being questioned. And I'm like, man, I'm in love with this guy. I said, you know what? You think I'm messing around? Well, come on the road with me. Yeah. So several times I brought him on the road with me. At the airport, 6 a.m. to the next city, drive 170 miles, go to the gym, work out, check into the hotel, drive to the arena, wrestle, shower, go back to the hotel, sleep. I mean, it's just go. So where's there the time for me to mess around?
Right.
again, people get down and dirty.
Yeah.
Down and dirty.
Right, man.
You know?
Yeah.
There's no denying.
Yeah.
But for me, I was totally faithful. So I brought him on the road with me several times. And it came to a point where he was like, oh, no, honey, I'll just stay home. I'll just stay home. Because I was committed, man. When I tell you I was committed.
Yeah, and you're like, with your schedule, you don't even have time to cheat or mess around.
Yeah,
like,
but also, again, I'm a one-man kind of guy. I was in love. So,
yeah, man.
That's how I learned from my relationship.
Right.
With Nikki, bringing him with me on the road.
Yeah.
And that's how I flipped the switch on that. You know what I mean?
Right. Again, with like being on the road and like, you know, cheating on significant others and all that stuff. Now that I recall back, I think Matt and Lita wasn't my first story that I heard about that. It was actually Shawn Michaels and Sonny.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, you hear two different sides. You know, some people would say, oh, yes, Sonny cheated on Chris Candido with Shawn. But in Sonny's defense, she said, well, we weren't together. Like, we were on the road together. He was still my best friend. We were still, like, you know, sharing the same room. But, like, we both knew that it was over. And, she said that Chris loved her so much that, like, she felt that he knew that she was sleeping with Shawn, but just doesn't want to say anything because he still loves Tammy, right? Yeah. Just like the Mario Winans song, like, I don't want to know if you're creeping, keep it on the low. I don't remember that song? No. So I think that's what, like, Chris was feeling. And
well, yeah, I've seen Tammy. I haven't seen her get down and dirty, but I've heard stories about her getting down and dirty.
Man, here's the thing, though, with Tammy, like,
I was one of those guys because I wasn't out. I was like, hey, yo, man, you think I can hit that? You know, hit that? Please, I wanted to fit in. Bro. Imagine that. Ugh.
There's so many stories that she tells, you know, through shoot interviews, but you can never know if it's true or not because she admitted that she lies a lot in these shoot interviews just to mess around.
That's why I don't mess with the women. I'm so happy.
But a relationship that I just learned this year, and I don't know how far they've been dating, was Charlotte and Andrade.
Yes.
I had no idea until like the week of WrestleMania when I saw a picture of them together. I'm like, wait, are they together? I knew Andrade wasn't together with Selena because I knew before I knew that she was dating Austin Aries, but obviously now she's married to Aleister Black. But I just thought like, oh wait, I just didn't know that Charlotte and Andrade were together, you know? Yeah. But I thought like that was like really cool. Like,
yeah, a lot of people I read saying, oh, it's a good way to get in with the Flairs because Flairs are connected with Hunter and all that stuff. Again, Charlotte can walk the walk, talk the talk. I love her. She's one girl on tour when there's not a gym around. She makes it work. She'll do 1,000 lunges around the park. Like if our hotel's at a park, I'll
open the blinds.
I'll open up the blinds. Best believe I'm gonna get it in, but I'm trying to map out what I'm gonna work out. When I don't have any weights there. Of course, I have my gym in the bag, but she makes it work, and she will lunge her ass off. And I'll see her in catering or something when we're overseas, and I'll be like, man, Charlotte, you are killing it. And she gets so excited. Oh, you see me working out? I said, yeah, I seen you. I was looking outside watching you work out, killing it. So she is a hard worker inside the ring and outside of the ring.
That's amazing.
I've seen it firsthand. But, he's got a good woman, so he better hold on to her.
Hold on to her because she
will flip.
She has that in her, huh?
I think so.
As great as Ric Flair is, man, I think down the line, we're gonna see Charlotte surpass his legacy.
Yeah, why not? Pass the baton. I mean, he created a legacy, so why not? Have the goal to pass your dad.
Because, like, not only does she have the Flair name, and Flair is an incredible wrestler, but obviously by far Charlotte's a way better athlete than Ric Flair ever was doing moonsaults. Like, of course, she's like a gymnast and all that, like she's already killing it, man. And
it'll be the one family that really, the Flair man and the Flair woman really elevated the industry to its max.
Yes, man.
When it comes to both sides, Flair and Charlotte, Rick and Charlotte.
You're right, man. What do you think of Lana and Rusev?
Oh, I love them together.
Yeah.
Man, Lana Rusev. Lana, I'm scared of her. I'm scared of her. Like, if I was dating Rusev, I would be scared of her just because I feel like if I'm sleeping, she would like Bobbitt me. You remember Lorena Bobbitt when she?
Oh my God, the slices.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like if I did something wrong or if I looked at someone, I feel like she would choke me or cut off my wee-wee.
So do you think Rusev is like walking on edge a little bit?
No, I don't think so. I think when Lana flips out, I think Rusev just, all right, Lana, let's go.
I think you do such great impressions, man.
Okay, Lana, I get it.
Oh,
Let's go.
so good.
Yeah, I get it. Let's go. But they are a amazing power couple. And Lana's always killing it. She's a hard worker, too.
Yes.
Before she started wrestling, she would be at the arena super early. I'm there super early, so we would work out together.
Yeah.
She wanted to get better, and it's not a gimmick when she does the promos about wanting to be a top woman in the industry. She's working at it.
Yeah,
she's
man.
putting in those reps in the ring. She's getting better, and you can clearly see it in her work. You know, she's phenomenal from being a manager to transitioning over to wrestling sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you know that she was an extra on Pitch Perfect, the movie?
Oh, was she? Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Man, you know your facts, huh? Professor is educating me.
You know, I was actually trying to look for her, and I think I caught her one of the backgrounds. But the reason why I found out was through her. Like, oh yeah, like when I did Pitch Perfect, blah blah blah. So I tried looking for it, and from what I remember, I think I actually saw her on there. So good for you, Lana.
Yeah,
got your movie credits in there.
But you know, it's funny with May before I came out. I remember Trinity. Like I was down at the FCW, and she had came up onto. She had got signed, and like her and I would look at each other, and I'd be very friendly, and she was very athletic, so I would help her out in the ring, and then. You know, we started talking a little bit, and I just like froze up. I'm like,
oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, but like, man, beautiful girl. I mean, if I was straight, she would definitely be a winner. Same thing with Tamina too, Serona.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Gosh, man, because we were living in Miami at the time, so you know, we would travel together, and nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
And anytime we would be home, like we would land home, we would like plan something. Oh, let's meet up, and then I would probably cancel and be like, oh, or not even like, you know, hit her up because at the time you're home a day and a half, you know, so you got to get errands done and stuff done, and then you're back out on the road. So I'll see you on the road, you know.
Right.
We'll be traveling on the road from city to city, so that's when we'll hang out.
I feel like for the most part, the last person you want to see on your day and a half off is your coworker that you see for the rest of the 5 days out of the week, right?
Yeah, because again, there was no brand split. You know? So you were traveling to all the shows, but again, man, it was fun to me, man. I love being on the road. Like I said, when I get home on a Wednesday morning, when we were doing the full time, get home on a Wednesday morning, I get all my errands done, all my laundry done. I don't even rest. You know, I get all that stuff done, repack my bags, put them in the closet. I already know what I need for that week. It's already in the closet. And then that Wednesday, when I was living in Miami, that afternoon, I would kind of like just walk.
Relax.
No, I wouldn't sleep, you know, because I'll sleep Wednesday night. But that afternoon, I just walk and people watch South Beach, go to the beach, lay out on the beach.
Right.
Then come home Wednesday night, sleep, and I have all day Thursday to myself.
Okay.
And then back out flying Friday,
Jeez,
you know.
man.
So there's no time to be hanging out and all that other stuff.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Listen, like let's say my dream was to be a wrestler, right?
A wrestler or a MC
or whatever. Like, let's say my dream was to work in the industry,
Yeah.
and I had to travel I had to live that kind of lifestyle. As much as I love wrestling, as much as I love to be part of it.
Are you gonna go there? Okay, keep going.
I would be so sad, and I think I would be, depressed if I could only see my wife Hart for like a day and a half, like all the time. Like I hate saying goodbyes. Like I hate it. So like going through that like every week, I think like sure people might say it's gonna get easier, but it just sucks. I don't think I would like want to sign up for that.
Well, thank God for FaceTime.
Yeah, that's true.
Because FaceTime helps out a lot. But I was about to get in your ass. If you're going to say, like, man, traveling like that, I don't think I could be in the industry. I bet, damn, you ain't a fan then. You ain't the professor like I know you.
I can be a professor behind the screen at my couch at home.
But, yeah. But I enjoy traveling on the road. Again, it is tough, you know.
Yeah.
But, again, Nikki saw firsthand how the grind is. So, but I enjoy traveling.
That's good,
I
man.
always say organization
You have
is the key to success. But yeah, when you're on the road a lot, relationships do happen. And like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're single and you develop a relationship, that's cool. But if you're in a marriage and stuff like that, hey, it happens, you know, it happens. But, you know, like a relationship like Wade Barrett and Alicia Fox.
Oh, that's right.
That was a scary one because I think Wade broke up with her over the phone, and that just ruined her.
And now they have to see each other.
No, I think Wade might have been hurt too, so they weren't seeing each other as much. Again, they might be cool now, but I know at the time it just ruined Fox. You know, it just ruined Fox. So it's just what happens. You know, if it doesn't work out, it's tough because either you or them. You know, like you said, when Matt Hardy was going to be fired, and that's a tough thing.
Yeah.
Don't eat where you shit. You know,
Right.
Because if something doesn't work out, it's either you or them.
Right.
And it's very tough. It's very tough.
I don't mean to undermine their relationship, but there's just certain relationships that you can feel the realness, and there's certain ones that feels so fake. And that's not to say that it is fake, but as a fan, it just comes off as fake. So with the whole Matt and Lita Edge heartbreak, you feel that, right? You feel that. But then something happens where it's John Cena and Nikki Bella, and it's already like people already have their thoughts when, you know, they made a reality show out of it with Total Divas and it's their lifestyle. People automatically think like, oh, this is a business decision, right? This is something that keeps them relevant and something to do like a career outside of WWE, like brand themselves as a couple. And I'm sure I'm sure they were really together and in love. But I'm just saying, as a fan, the realness is not there. It doesn't translate through the screen, especially with the proposal at WrestleMania. Man, that felt the most staged. Come on, because in the beginning of the match, right, it was the tag team match with John and Nikki against The Miz and Maurice. And when John Cena and Nikki Bella came out, they looked at the audience like, oh, like, you know, they try to like pretend to break the fourth wall, like, oh, like your family's here, and like as if they were surprised, like, oh, like John's like, hey, they're here, like, oh my gosh, they're here, you're watching my match. And then, you know, afterwards, John Cena like proposed and all that, but come on.
Everyone that's listening to this on iTunes and not on YouTube, I'm just shaking my damn head. That's why I'm not saying anything.
And that's
I'm
all
just
you got to
shaking my
say
head
about
because
that.
That's all I got to say about them. My mom says that, you know, Sonny, I've met all the divas. I've never met the Bellas. And then when I did see them, they just walk right by me, you know? I mean, I'm sure they know who I am. She can tell it better.
Yeah, sure.
But she says she never met them, but all the divas that she's met has been really cool to her.
Yeah.
Like someone like Natty, she comes running up to my mom.
Oh,
so,
she seems great.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Damn it. Don't take it out my mouth.
But yeah, man, like I can't even imagine, but as we all seen, like through your eyes and through a fan's eyes, relationships can be really tough on the road.
Yeah,
and
they can be tough. They can be good. They can be disgusting.
But yeah,
not disgusting in a physical way, but it could be like, you know, whatever, just not work.
But I'm really happy for the people that, you know, saw the light at the end of the tunnel, made it through, like Edge and Beth Phoenix, right?
Yes.
And who went, like Matt Hardy and Rebby Sky, Bree and Sean, man. Like Sean found his wife Rebecca. She was
Nitro Girl.
Thunder. Her name was Thunder from the Nitro Girl, and that's really cool. But yeah, there's some stuff that can actually work out, but you know.
I think there's pluses and minuses and all that other crazy stuff in between.
Yeah, it's life, man.
Yeah, it's life. That's life.
So I think that's a great spot to wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
We talked a lot in this podcast, relationships and like so many other things in the wrestling world.
Sure. Again, it's like therapy to me, brother. So we're rocking and rolling with that, and I'm very excited. And then hopefully next week we can talk to the coolest kid on the block.
Yes.
WWE super fan, Romy Rones.
Yes.
He can share some of his experiences being backstage with WWE, his current, what he's liking, what he's not liking, and just get down and dirty and personable about what he thinks of his experience in WWE. So
for sure,
he's 6 or 7 years old. His family will be on the line with us, so it'll definitely be a cool perspective.
Yes.
On the business.
Definitely. With that said, as always, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. If you're watching, the link will be on the description box down below. And don't forget to follow us at iTunes at Pro and Bro Wrestling and give us a 5-star rating if you like it and write a review so we know what we can do better. And follow us on our Instagram account, Pro and Bro Wrestling, and all that good stuff. Fred, any last words?
I just feel like doing the millions of dollars dance.
You got to, man. Let's do it.
This whole
Here we
experience.
go.
Hold on, don't jump the gun, damn it.
I'm too excited, man.
Oh no, this is like therapy for me. This whole experience is great. This whole experience doing Pro and Bro Wrestling with you, the Professor, has been worth millions of dollars. Let's do it, baby.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Block the hate. Salute the great.
And cut.